Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be going through my budget binder collection. And if you're interested in seeing what cash envelopes I use to cash stuff, then stay tuned. So starting off, I only have 3 budget binders at the moment. I say it like that because honestly, as life progresses, I find new things that I want to cash stuff and I slowly am adding to the collection. I originally started out with 2 cash binders, one for bills, one for personal, and I've just recently added a new one to my setup. Unlike other people in the cash stuffing community, I do not have 20 odd binders. I don't want to have so many binders, but I understand why people have so many binders. There are so many categories that you can cash stuff for, and as time go on, you'll find something that you want to add, and then you want to have that specific binder for that. So I kind of understand, and even though I'm recording this today in 2026, this is what I have right now at the moment. As time go on, I think I have at least 3 more categories that I would like to add, but in the meantime, I do like to simplify my life, and I like to keep it strictly down to the basics. Even though I am into always making my planning binders and my cash binders look aesthetically pleasing, I have a tendency to be very minimal when it comes to the way I set things up and use it functionally. So it looks pretty, but it's functional. Anyway, let's get started with the bills binder. So originally my bills binder was my cream croc in white, and I decided to switch it out to black because of the theme I'm going with for my budget binders. So the theme for my budget binder for my bills is snake print. I absolutely love animal print. I'm a person that I theme my binders. So right now I am doing animal print. So I have task cards here. Also, my budget binders do not have too much accessories in it because I only use it for cash stuffing. I'm not looking in these binders as much as I am in my planner. So I kept it very simple, but cute. So starting off, I'll bring this a little closer. Starting off, I have my task cards here, and then I have a croc bow from Duchess Gem Studios, and then this is a little affirmation money card that I created when I first started setting up my cash binder about 2023. So this one says, money comes to me in both expected and unexpected ways. That is true. So I figured I'll just hold that there for now. This is how my setup looks right now at the moment. Knowing me, I'm gonna add more stuff to it, so I'm not even worried about it, but this is just how it's looking at the moment. In the front, I have 2 pockets that I just recently created some deco for it, just to give it a little touch more vibe to it. I've foiled everything in gold to kind of match the style and the theme. So first deco card says, my financial future is secure. And the second one says, invest in yourself. It always pays dividends. This one didn't come out too well when I was foiling it, so I'm gonna have to redo it, but I took a long time setting up. I always do for some reason. It's so many bits and bobs that I gotta do when I'm doing it. Like, it's the printing it off, the trimming, cutting, the foiling. I just really wanted to get this video out in a moment before I started adding to my collection. Plus I need to cash stuff, so I didn't want to hold up too long, but that's how it's looking at the moment. Then I have a foil dashboard. I've updated my old one to this look. It says overview because in my bills binder, I actually have inserts for my finances. I used to have the inserts in my personal planner in a finance section, and I decided to create this binder for that since I'll be cash stuffing. Instead of me having to go to my planner and writing everything down, and then holding this binder open, like I said, simpler we're going to do everything as simple as we can. So I just put my inserts in here. I know not too many people do that, but that's how I do it because I feel like it makes my life much simple to just get it done like that. So that says overview. And then this is my snake print, and this is my dashboard. Then a 2026 year at a glance, and then of course a little add to planner. You know, this is where I add if I need to print something off or if I need to update an insert or anything. This is basically where I jot down my little notes for what I need to do for this binder. That is what this is for. Then I have some coupon codes here, and using this is whenever I get, you know, discounts or other people have a code for a discount for a shop that I might want to use later on, I'll then use this to keep track of that. So got a couple pages for that. And then these little frosted dividers came from Shein. I, you know, had them when I was setting up first time, and I kept it because, you know what, it actually made my life a little bit simpler to just go through and find where I need to go. Although I do create my own dividers sometimes, so I just kept that to kind of make it simple. I also love to have a month insert in here, month on one page insert. And how I use that in my finance is I basically can put down dates for when I have a nail appointment or when I spent money, and then I like to track when a bill is coming out. So say I have a bill that is due on the 1st, but the 1st falls on a Saturday. That naturally means that the bill will come out on the Monday. So what I'll do is I'll track it like that to make sure that I have money in my account for that upcoming bill. So that's how I do that with the month on one page. Then this is my finance overview section. So my finance overview, I track fixed expenses and variable expenses. Normally I put my bill dates, what the bill is for, and then I'll put the amount here. And then variable is like if I got my nails done or took my car to get it washed, or if I had to pay for an unexpected bill, or if I, you know, something out of the way that's not normally and part of my fixed expenses. That's where I'll track that there. Then on the back it has income, so whenever I get paid or whatnot, I'll put it there. If I saved anything, and a debt payment, I don't use the savings and the debt payment on this page. I normally put a line through it. I don't have a line in it right now, but normally I'll have a line through it because I have separate inserts for that. I only track the income date and the income amount and where income came from. And then I always have a year's worth in here. Then this is my debt repayment section. So in my debt repayment section, I have the most debt I have. I don't have a lot of debt to that, but I have my car loan, my car insurance, use that to track to pay it off. And right now I actually use these inserts for my car loan and my car insurance at the moment. I plan to yearly for my council tax. So whatever that amount is, instead of paying the council tax monthly, I only want to pay the council tax one time and done each year. So certain bills that could be paid for the year, I am trying to pay that for the year instead of paying it monthly, if you get what I'm saying. So like car insurance, council tax, water, car tax, stuff like that, I'm paying that yearly, not monthly. It frees up my money each month instead of me paying every month. That extra money adds up. So that's my debt repayment. And then I have one last one here, and it's subscriptions. So in the subscriptions, I have it here, when it's due, how much it is, the due date, how am I paying for it? Is it most likely debit card, whatnot. I don't have a lot of subscriptions, but the subscriptions I do have, I try to do them yearly also, so that I can just pay for it one time and done. And then this is a divider I had in my personal planner binder, and it used to say, it says cash flow, This divider comes from 𝕃𝕚𝕕 Designs on Etsy, and it's with the holographic foil. So I took it out of my, like I said, my planner, and I use it here. It actually works perfectly. Then I have another little dashboard here that I created. Let's get into the categories for bills. So like I said, I've updated everything, and I'm fixing it that my life is just simplified. Starting off with car loan, tech insurance, me and my son's laptop. Obviously I have insurance, and my printer, I have insurance on that. So I just call it tech insurance, and I pay for that also monthly. So that goes there. Car insurance, monthly at the moment. So that's there. Water, I put aside money for it monthly to pay it at the end of the 6 months. Gym, obviously monthly. Internet, phone, so me and my kids' phone. I don't pay a bill for my phone. I pay once a month on a prepaid plan where I get unlimited calls and texts, and then I get a certain amount of data. I just use the data. I have like 20 gig of data, which is enough for me because I do have Wi-Fi at home. So there's no need for me to have a bill plan. And honestly, it's so much better for me, my kids like that. So that amount, you know, goes in here, and I pay our phone. Amazon, this is actually on pause at the moment. I need to create a little insert in here that says paused so that I can know that I don't need to cash stuff for it. I got that on pause, but my Kindle Unlimited is still going, so got that. And then subscriptions for the ones that are monthly. And then my month ahead that I'm working on, rent. I'm thinking about creating a binder for month ahead. I'm not too sure. I might do that. We'll see how all the envelopes fit when it comes to getting, you know, fluffed up. Like I said, I'm trying to work with as minimal binders as I can. So I'll see. I'm not done adding envelopes to my bills binder, but this is kind of how I've set it up. So my monthly ones, and then I have a month ahead, and then I have the annual one. So council tax and car tax is annual at the moment. So that's kind of how I have that at the moment. But we'll see how that works out. And I might create a separate binder for that, which would probably be month ahead plus annual. Because I think, since those are small cash stuffings per month, it's not like I need to have it in the bills one, if you get what I'm trying to say. So we'll see how that works. Yeah, we'll see how that works in the future. But that is my setup right now for my bills. And then my beautiful, oh my God, I love this binder. I love my black one the most actually, but I've decided to make my personal binder the brown one. And obviously we're doing animal print in this one also. This binder, I have my task cards that I created. I have a pocket dash. I also have my 2 deco cards that are printed on acetate and foiled in gold. The first one says, "The universe is always conspiring in my favor." Second one says, "I deserve everything I desire." Created that dashboard. And this dashboard that's foiled in gold and printed on vellum, and it says treasurer. Then a year at a glance from Analog Alicia. Inbox insert also from Analog Alicia. And then this section is a divider that I created, and it is for my spending tracker. So I print a year's worth and I keep track of what I've been spending. And then I have a separate one from a savings tracker. Both these inserts are from Planner Insert Co. And my cash envelope planning sheet is also from Planner Insert Co., which I laminated it so that I can reuse it over and over, and slit the hole so that I can take it in and out when I need to. And then a little bookmark that I created. Then my first category, my personal, is nails. I got my nails done every 3 weeks. So this is a have to. I need to start cash stuffing for my next nail appointment. Then my locks, I get my hair retwisted every 3 to 4 months, so I save for that. Skincare is for whatever products that I need, or if I want to get a facial or anything like that, that's what that's for. Jewelry, I collect jewelry, so I have a ton of jewelry, and I try to get 14 or mostly 14 karat gold. So anytime I have a piece that I'm going to purchase, I put money in here for this, so I save to purchase whatever piece I'm looking to get. So jewelry, that's why it's kind of at the front. I'm always finding new jewelry, trust me. I'm running out of space in my jewelry box. I actually need to get new jewelry box. It's too much in there. Clothes, obviously self-explanatory. Clothes or shoes, I just believe in doing one for that. It doesn't make no sense to do clothes and shoes. I just put them out in there. Supplements, so any vitamins or wheat protein or anything like that, that's what that's for. Home, you know, I like to decorate my home. I'm always buying stuff, especially plants. I need to give myself a little allowance to splurge with that. So that's what that is for. But anything home related, decor, appliances, or anything like that, that is what my home one is for. Car, so anything I want to purchase for my car, it could be tires, it could be oil, it could be if I want to get a car wash, it could be anything like that. So I use one envelope for maintenance and also for like if I want to buy accessories for my car, because I actually do that. I accessorize my car, so I'm one of them. If I'm going to be driving her, she has to be cozy and cute, so that's what that one's for. Tech, you know, new laptop, new phone, new tablet, new TV, anything along those lines, that is what tech is for. I'm actually interested in buying a new laptop. I've been thinking about it. Cash stuffing for this very soon. This is my stash section. So these are like, I don't know how to explain it, but I separate it a little bit different. So the kind of the stuff that I cash stuff for regularly, and then these are like, you know, just a little stash, if you get what I'm saying. So also divided from Elmia Designs, and then another dashboard here that I foiled in gold that says stash, and then another divider. And that's kind of how I separate my sections. So personal, this is my envelope. This is just my extra spending money or anything like that. I just put it in here. This is my envelope. Saya, that's for my son. That's for my daughter, hubby. And those 3 envelopes is for birthdays and Christmas. Everything goes in there. Or if I need to get their hair braided or anything like that, that's what that envelope for. That's just for them. Family night, when we want to go out together and, you know, have pizza or go out to the movies or go roller skating, anything like that. That's what family night is for. Date night, obviously, is self-explanatory. Then online shopping, you know, give myself a little allowance for when I want to go online, so I don't really be touching money for other things. So I build up for each. What I plan to do is each envelope will have like a goal amount, and I won't spend out of that envelope until I've reached that goal amount, if you get what I'm saying. And then planning supplies, I do have some money in here. You know what, I actually forgot about this money. It's been sitting there for a while. But how I do my cash envelopes is I like a peekaboo effect. So I got like 15 pounds in there. So I have a back insert and then a front insert. So when my money is in there, you can see it, but you can't really see it, if you get what I'm saying. I don't know, it's something I do. I don't see anybody else in the cash stuffing community do that. A lot of people just have the front insert and that's it, but I like the back and front look. So that's how I do mine. And then this one is for dental. So my son has braces now, and this is just, unlike the States, I don't have to pay for his dental per se, but in the future they might have to remove a tooth, and his gonna be like 21 by that time, so he'll have to pay for it. And this one is Esme, which is my cat, obviously for her food, litter, treats, and in a vet bills. So that is all in my personal cash stuffing binder at the moment. Like I said, we don't know. Eventually it might change a bit. We'll see. And then my last binder that I've just added to the collection, I decided to use my binder that I painted red. At the time, after I painted her, I was going to use it for Halloween and I never did. So I've been thinking about it and I was like, what can I use that binder for? I really, really love the color, but I don't know what to use it for. So I finally set up the binder. And actually, this is my favorite binder setup. I love the brown and that's my favorite, but this is a vibe. So I have another bow from Duchess Gem Studios, and then a side pocket dash that I've created to match the theme. I have my task cards that you've probably seen in my previous video. That was what this was for. So all my task cards are the same for each, you know, to budget and cash breakdown. I have one for each binder so that I'm not going back and forth using one. So, you know, that's how that is. I have a little, because I don't have anything else in front. I didn't do the 2 pockets for this. I kind of kept this one simple, but I have a little piece of acetate to protect my vellum that's been foiled. So that's why it looks shiny. So we got vellum foiled in gold that says travel. And then another dashboard here that I created. Then we have the bookmark, of course, that is also slit so that I can take it in and out for wherever I need to. This is a new insert that I just printed off like last week, also from PlannerInsert.co. And this one is specifically for traveling. So it has a destination. So whichever destination that I want to travel to, I have the destination, the total I might need for that trip. And then we have entertainment with the budget and the actual, activities for the budget and the actual, and then other. Then on the inside, we have transport, accommodation, and food and drinks. I absolutely love this, but I think she did this wrong because the way it printed, I think this was supposed to be in the front and this was supposed to be on the back. But the way she got it set up, it actually printed in the inside. If I don't, you know, when you actually trim it up, it didn't print on the right side, if you get what I'm saying. I'm not sure, but vacation budget should be in the front. No big deal to me. It's just what I'm using for this binder in the meantime. So the categories I have for travel at the moment, I have some more I need to add actually. I have flights, hotel, transport. It's for rental cars or anything like that. So that's what that is. And then I have here train/coach because I stay in Birmingham, UK. So if I need to leave from Birmingham to go to London Heathrow for my flight, right? Basically, I would have to take either the coach or the train. I'm not going to drive my car there. I'm going to leave my car at my yard. So that's why I have that envelope for to budget for me and the family making that journey to the airport. Pre-travel expenses. So obviously, if I need to buy, say, a new suitcase, or it could be anything, that's what that is for. It's just prep for the actual trip. This one is activities. Then we got food. And then I have spending money for myself. And then I have my son's spending money. Then my daughter's spending money. And then depending on where I'm going, tips. So in the event that, say, I go to the States or something like that, you're gonna need tip money. I have a little something to get the people in for their services, you know. So that is what I have so far in my travel. I actually need to, like I said, I need to add, I think 2 or 3, maybe 4 more categories for this binder, but this is what I have in there at the moment. And that's it for my budget binder collection. I don't really have much going on I'm not like everybody else. I ain't got 20 binders. But at the moment, we got 3. And this is the categories that I have currently. We'll see what's happening by the 3rd or 4th quarter. Guaranteed, I might have 2 binders added to this collection. And when I do that, I will update you guys on the new lineup. So hope you've enjoyed my video and see you in the next one. Bye.